Hi. This video is a compilation of the most disturbing secrets that you guys have submitted from previous episodes. So if any of these sound familiar, that's why. I will be back next week with a brand new video. Also, go watch my last video if you haven't seen it. I worked really hard on it. I'm very proud of it. It's a new series on my channel, and you maybe didn't click on it because it's something you didn't know what it was. But I'm telling you now that you're gonna like it. So go watch it. It's a mockumentary style show. It involves an interview with one of my favorite YouTubers, Jermonson. I think it's funny. Is that fucked up for me to say I think it's funny? I think it's really funny and I think you're gonna like it, so go watch it. Also, there is a new secret submission form that you guys can fill out. I'll leave the link in the description box. It's different than the way you guys submit secrets now, so not only can you type secrets, but you can also send me voice memos. You can send me a video and let me know if you want to talk to me about your secret to have follow-up after the fact. And you can let me know what level of privacy you want, whether you're okay with me sharing your name or not. We can blur your face, change the sound of your voice. You fill out your information, I can contact you, or you can just submit a secret and say I don't want to communicate with you. But check it out. Submit a secret. I won't tell you what it's for. You will find out eventually, but help me make it happen. Link in the description box. Okay, let's get started. I walked into my dad's house and he had peanut butter on his balls, and my dog was in the same room, and I haven't told anybody since. Yeah. Ew! Probably in the bed next to my sleeping grandfather. He'd be like, I f***ed a table once. There, my smelly, dirty clothes. What? My father found out and sold the table. My friend's mom bought it and they wondered why it smelled like pussy. I came when they first bought it. A week later, they had a different table. Also, I have 14 toes. Why is that in quotations? Do you have 14 toes or no? Is that supposed to mean something? What the f? What the fuck? So I found my mom and dad's sex tape, watched it, and then used my mom's vibrator while watching her sex tape. I once masturbated in my brother's room because I wanted a change of scenery. I was kind of turned on, not gonna lie. Oh my god. Oh. I don't know why I remember this, but I was like about 7 or 6. I found this clear balloon. I washed it first. There was something inside and tried to blow it up. I couldn't, so I asked my mom to blow it up, and she was so surprised she threw it in the bin. When I grew up, I asked my mom about it. She said it was a... She said it was a... She said it was a used condom my dad used. I was disgusted. I f***ing hate myself for even trying to blow it up. But I'm also relieved that I washed it first. Can't believe I'm admitting this, but whenever I'm playing with myself, I secretly hope one of my parents will walk in on me. I wish you hadn't emailed me that, because I don't want to. Delete that from my email. I don't want to see that. I once shoved a Tamagotchi down my throat to force myself to vomit. I then froze the vomit in a tray overnight, cut them into dessert slices, and sold them at school for $2.50. I told everyone that they were healthy vegan slices. I can't tell if I'm proud of you or repulsed. Maybe both. One time last year, I really needed to change my tampon, and I was laying in bed and did not feel like getting up to go to the bathroom. So I just took the tampon out in my bed and then put the tampon in my Swell water bottle. Aren't those like $35 water bottles? Next to my bed, hashtag stupid, I agree. So the next morning, I go to make a water for school and forgot that I put my bloody tampon in there, so I filled it went to school, drank it, then realized it tastes #funky. My friend looked in it and pulled out the tampon. #not really ashamed. Honestly, that's like a skill that you are #not really ashamed, because you should have been. Two things. I have this candle, and in it there are about 50 toenails and fingernails. I collect them. Some of them are mine, some of them are my siblings and parents, and some I found on the ground in my house and just on the street. I used to chew on my toenails and fingernails, and once a toenail got stuck in my gums in the front of my mouth, and I haven't been able to get rid of it since, and it's been there for like 2 years. Dude. What the f?
You're okay. You're okay.
Okay, so when I was like 5, I'm 17 now, my cousin, who was 11 days apart from me, would always be at my grandma's house when we went over there. The first time this happened was Valentine's Day, and when no one was around, my cousin would take me to a room that was secluded from the rest of the house and do this thing called the butt sniff, as he called it. He would pull down my pants and sniff my butt and force me to sniff his. What? He would continue to do this every time I saw him, and I was so uncomfortable and hated seeing him. It was so weird, but I can't remember it that well since it was so long ago, and probably because it was traumatic. One time I told my mom, and I don't know if she ever told my aunt, but he stopped, thank God. Obviously it scarred me, and I think about it and how nasty it was to this day. I've always wanted to ask my mom what she thought when I told her, but I don't want her to be uncomfy or dismiss me. Love your videos! What are you, dogs? Maybe that's it. Maybe he was a dog in his last lifetime, you know what I mean? And that's all. No, that's probably not it. I'm just trying to make myself feel better, I think. And you. Let's move on. I have a lot of secrets, but I decided to pick the funniest one I know. Okay, so me and my friend would always meet in the bathroom after school. Don't worry, I wasn't gay for her, LMAO. It'd be fine if you were. What's so funny about that? Me and her would stay after school in Y Care, and we would take the game pieces from the games that the Y Care had and would throw them around the room. On top of that, I started my period while she was with me, and we would always do handstands on the walls, climb over stalls, flood toilets, just the usual. Stick each other's hands in the toilets in hopes of finding dimes. And I'd say the worst thing that happened in there was when she told me to put her hand over the stall. I was suspicious, but I never expected her to wipe her own shit on my hand. It was horrible, and it was warm. It was warm, but it would have been weird had it been cold. Yeah, I guess it would have been weird. Last year, I'm sorry, trigger warning, or like just warning before I read this, because this is not pleasant. Last year, I killed my neighbor's cat by strangling it with their garden hose, cutting open its still alive body and ripping out its organs. I actually enjoyed the experience. I then snuck back into the kitchen with the insides of the cat in my hands and cooked them. It was delicious, but kind of chewy. They were devastated, and think a fix did it. I've never been caught. I've also squeezed both of my hamsters and gerbil to death because they bit my finger. I don't even care, to be honest. I'm planning to kill my neighbor's guinea pig when they go on holiday. Love your videos though. I don't even know what to say to this. You are not invited over to my place. Do not kill my kitty. This person's gonna kill you if you let them inside, okay? Please don't let them inside. I like it when people cut me. I'm asexual, so it's not a sex thing, but I really like being cut by other people. My girlfriend was really confused and concerned when I told her. She wanted nothing to do with it at first, but last Valentine's Day she bought some blades as a gift and agreed to try it out. She was hesitant for obvious reasons, but after a few times she grew to enjoy it. She says that it's as good as sex for her, which makes me happy because I can't satisfy her that way. Anyways, a good friend of ours walked in on the aftermath of one of our sessions and now solely refers to us as the blood lesbians. And I kinda like it. It has a ring to it, it really does, but what the fuck? Are you okay? This can't be normal. Is this normal? I don't mean to shame you. I don't want to shame you. Maybe this is like cool, but I don't think it is cool. And I'd like it to stop. Not in this house. None of that here. You know that you're gonna have scars. Doesn't that make you sad? This is weird. So for a while now, I've been talking to this guy and he asked me out on a date. We are 16 and 17, by the way. And he took me to the Cheesecake Factory. He said we could order anything we wanted, and so so naturally I ordered a few things. The date went really well. We realized we had lots in common, like our favorite places, food, shows, music, movies, and just things in general, and it seemed like we had a lot of chemistry. He asked if I wanted dessert and I said no because I don't really like sweet things, but he was like, no, it's on me, just get it. And I still said no. So he was like, just get something please. And I was like, so I was thinking about leaving, but I really like this guy, so I stayed. Anyway, he ordered me a piece of cheesecake, and right when I had nearly finished, I felt something weird in my mouth. I looked over him and he was smirking, so I took it out and it was a ring. I was so shocked. He then asked me to be his Valentine. I was like, wow, okay. Then I decided to let him drive me home because I had walked, and so he said okay. I said I was cold and he said he had a jacket in the back, so I rummaged around a bit trying to find it, and that's when I saw a binder with my name written across the front. I was like, what is this? And he snatched it out of my hands. The more I rummaged around, I saw the weird things he had. He had a sheep skull, those bugs in little glasses / resin things, wings, and loads of different sized sex toys. I started to feel really uneasy when he started going the wrong way. I literally was so scared. I turned my location on and I texted my best friend and my sister my location just in case and described the guy and everything about him, like his car and stuff. When we stopped at the top of a cliff, I was so scared and I was about to start running, but he got a blanket out and said, let's sit down and look at the view. And at this point, he had the binder at his feet, so I snatched it back and started reading it. It had everything about me in it, down to my medical and dental records and romantic gestures I like. Then I got to the back and there was a section about both of my exes, a big paragraph on why me and my ex-girlfriend's relationship didn't work out and why my ex-boyfriend broke up with me. And at this point, I just asked him to drive me home. He drove me to his house, and the whole time I was saying, can you take me home please, because we're going further and further away from my house. But he grabbed my hand and dragged me out of his car and started showing me his gun collection. I just ran out crying because I was so traumatized after all that happened. And then guess what? He came outside and tried to shoot me. He fired multiple bullets and I had to ring the police. Turns out he was wanted in 6 different states for embezzlement and wanted for attempted murder. He got a lot done in his 17 years on Earth, my God. And I got compensation for the absolute trauma he caused me, as I have anxiety and I am borderline autistic. I'm kind of curious if this guy didn't collect guns or sex toys or have all this other creepy stuff, and it was just a binder full of information about you, and you found that at in your crush's car or in their room. What would you think and what would you do? Would it be a deal breaker? Would you think it's endearing? Would you be like, I don't like this, but fine? I'm curious, because I'm like, how would I react? It's pretty fucking weird. It's pretty fucking weird. One time I poured fake blood on myself in the shower and jerked off. I guess I don't feel guilty. I haven't thought about it since. We're all gonna die anyways, and I'll probably be one of the few people to experience that. You're all just jealous. I can, with 100% confidence, tell you that I am not jealous. But maybe I'm an outlier. You guys let me know in the comments down below if that's of interest to an activity of interest to you. Okay, so my dad has always had this black cat named Mojo, and when I was a kid, Mojo would catch mice, birds, and other stuff too because my dad never fed him. We had a screen door that went to our backyard, and Mojo would stand by the door with whatever dead thing he caught for the day in his mouth. But instead of letting him in and burying or throwing away the dead creatures like a normal parent would do, he would force me and my sisters to watch Mojo eat it through the screen. Because that happened so many times, I got kind of desensitized to it, and I ended up hurting animals as I got older. Nothing crazy. I just kicked or hit dogs / cats a couple times. That is crazy. Anyways, I'm 20 now, and I forced my boyfriend, who has been vegan his whole life, to eat meat. What a fucking combo. An animal abuser and a vegan. I refuse to get a pet even though he really wants one. We live together. And I watch a lot of butchering videos on YouTube. Okay, so weird. There are corners of the internet I didn't even know existed, and I just found a new one. I'm worried my dad messed my brain up because now I fantasize about killing chickens and stuff. This is so good. good, like bad good. This wins an award for the most fucked up secret in this video. Congratulations, you are sick in the head. Your dad did indeed fuck you up. This is beyond me even trying to give you advice. Yeah, of course, yes, you should see a therapist. I don't even know what else to say because this is so messed up. I would be really interested though to like watch a short docuseries on the trajectory of your relationship. Someone who fantasizes about killing animals and a vegan? That sounds like content. One time I broke my phone and I was really bored without it, so my mom let me borrow her phone so I could get on Snapchat and social media. Well, I decided to look through her phone. I wish you didn't. And I found a video of her masturbating that she sent to a guy. I didn't have my own phone and I didn't want to look up porn on her phone, so I decided to jerk off to it. I didn't watch it, I just listened to her. Oh, you just listened? Oh, no, it's fine. But I don't know why I did it. I look back, it's pretty fucked up. Yeah. I don't want to shame you. I'm shaming you. I know I'm shaming you. I don't want to shame you. I'm doing it. I understand why you could see something like that and get your body just starts doing things and then you need to do something to counter the body doing the thing and then that, but ultimately you masturbated to your mom. So I just want you to sit with that. I'm sure you've been sitting with that for years. Yikes. Let's all not snoop on our parents' phones with the hope of not encountering any more trauma than our childhoods already gave us. When I was younger, I wanted to get pregnant, but I didn't want to have sex. I thought sperm was another name for urine. I was young, okay? What I did was, I would wait until my brother or dad used the bathroom and tell them not to flush because it was an emergency and I really had to go. I didn't. I would stick my finger in the urine and then shove it up my vagina and tried to get pregnant that way. It didn't work. I'm a little messed up. Me too, after hearing that secret. Did you get infections from doing that? I mean, like literally scooping your family member's pee out of the toilet and shoving it up your vagina? That just sounds like a health hazard. I can feel my vagina clench up right now. It's like, no, not me too, you know? Like, don't worry, I'm not gonna do that. I really expect the worst from these submissions, so the fact that this was just done by sheer naivety, rather than sexual drive, it's good. It gets you some brownie points. One year on Thanksgiving, I thought it would be funny to put my used tampon inside the turkey before my mom cooked it. Everyone ate it the next day, and now my period is inside my whole family. Is that somehow satisfying to you? Last Thanksgiving, me and my friends had a bet. Whoever can eat the craziest shit for Thanksgiving wins. At least more than 3 bites. Unless the animal is too small. Now, people were taking this literally. One of my friends ate dog shit. One ate cat food. One ate 2 live worms. One ate a dead spider. I don't know if it was poisonous, but it wasn't no daddy long legs, that's for sure. One of my Asian friends was stupid and bought cookies that had the word cat written with frosting on it. Get it? He's Asian. Oh, this is distasteful. That was actually really smart of him. He's like, I'm not gonna eat anything disgusting. I'm just going to get creative. But one of my friends brought actual dog to school. This Chinese place in my area sells fried Doberman. No cap, I'm not kidding. And he brought the receipt. It was confirmed it was dog. He ate it in front of us. So then I, the only one in my friend group who hasn't opted out or done something yet, needed to do something crazy. So I did 2 things that I regret. I took my gun, a BB gun I swear, and waited till 2 in the morning. I went outside and waited for about 30 minutes for a raccoon or a possum to climb the avocado tree in my backyard. So one did, like they always did. It took me 5 bullets to shoot that damn possum, but it was worth it. I decided at 1 a.m. that same morning that it's probably not gonna work and that I wasn't always going to be able to get the possum, squirrel, or raccoon, so I took a knife and started cutting bits of my skin, the top layer, so I didn't bleed like crazy or anything. I took it off, up and down my arms and legs so I had enough for it to be believable. I recorded myself cutting it and me shooting the possum. So I cut off the head and the tail of the possum, I skinned it and decided to go for the ribs so I didn't have to gut it or anything. Oh, and I would eat the minimum amount of the possum, saying the required amount set before. I boiled it and then fried that shit and then took my own skin and boiled that too. Then I threw it all together on a small plate, 3 small bites of it, and drowned it in ketchup. I then proceeded to eat the contents and my friends were gagging and recording it for Snap and shit. So long story short, I'm the possum girl freak and nobody at school talks to me anymore. You deserve it. What the On Thanksgiving last year, I f***ed the turkey and in it. My mom had to throw it away and call the company because she thought they gave her a bad turkey. We ended up getting a lot of money from it. What the f? This girl I know went to some club in Mexico. Is perchance the girl you started making out with this guy and eventually went home with him. When they got there, he insisted that she let him put lotion on her. She planned on staying the night, but got a call from the girl she was staying with, saying she had locked herself out of the room and she needed her to come back. The guy really didn't want her to leave, but eventually agreed. She was planning on going back to the guy's house the next night, but her skin broke out in hives and she had to go to the hospital. When she went to the hospital, the doctors told her she had an allergic reaction to the lotion because it was actually meat tenderizer. The guy was planning to eat her. The FBI ended up getting involved and he turned out to be a cannibal. Even my fridge is having a reaction to this secret. I know! That's fucking crazy. Yeah! I mean, you eat meat, but I shouldn't eat. You know what I mean? Like, what? I don't know what I was saying either. I once raped my cousin's dog and it developed PTSD. I feel so bad because it goes to a special animal clinic every week, which is expensive. And they're trying to figure out why it is so anxious around boys my age. It felt so good though to haha get it, because it's a dog, not a cat. No, I don't get it. The joke literally doesn't work because it's a dog and not a cat. Also, fucking ew! Ew! I can't even make a joke because it's not fucking funny. I'm disgusted. I went to therapy this morning, but I feel like I need to make another appointment.